Kandi. I'm Queen, and I'm here to pretty much tell you what's going on in your favorite celebrity's love life. Um, right now, it's not much going on in the media. It's not a whole lot. It's a bunch of things that are kind of older. And I was just looking through some blogs trying to see whatever they're talking about because keep in mind that my messages are going to be completely unbiased because a lot of these people, I don't really, I don't follow them. I don't watch them. I don't know what they're doing in their everyday life. I don't really pay attention to these people, so I don't really know. Like to be honest with you, all I know is what the blogs, the media posts, and I really just started looking more at like other people in order to do these videos. So just keep that in mind that I don't have any real physical affiliations with any of them. So I'm just doing it unbiased, leaving any judgment out of the situation just to get the most divinely guided, accurate messages, whatever they need to know from God. All right, so that's how I roll. That's how I always roll. So let's see what's going on here. I felt guided to kind of see what was going on. I was actually shocked to find out that Kandi, Burruss, and Todd Tucker are divorced. I think. I don't know if it's 100% true or not, but I've been seeing it on every blog. Now, this, I don't know when this happened. I have no idea. I only just found out like yesterday that this happened. And then I got up today and I was like, oh, I'm seeing it more now. So it must have really happened, but it's shocking to me that it happened now. It's not shocking to me that it happened, but it's shocking to me that it happened now. Back in the day, I used to watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Who didn't watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta? It was so fun to watch it, and it was really funny as well. Southern women on TV is always going to be a good time, period. Southern women on TV is always going to be a good time because it's just a different flair, it's a different communication, it's a different mindset, and it is very cool to watch. So I used to watch that, but I do remember that Todd Tucker had a lot of issues with Candy's mom. Or Candy's mom had a lot of issues with him, however you want to say it. But there was a lot of issues. I remember watching The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and Candy's mom was very overprotective of her. And it could have been with any man, with anybody, but I remember the bickering between the mom and Todd. So I always knew that there would be some type of pause, a break, a divorce, or something. I always knew it, but I'm just shocked that it happened now. Because sometimes when family gets involved, it makes things really difficult to move forward. It almost feels like a bad omen when family gets involved and starts to give their own opinion on someone's love life. It can be kind of bad. So I'm just now finding out about Candy Burris and Todd Tucker. I'm just finding out. That's so crazy. I wasn't expecting it now. I really wasn't. So just heard about it. So let's see what's going on with them. I'm gonna look into first. I'm gonna start with how Candy is feeling right now in her life, and just to see like where she's at with her own feelings. All right. So Candy Burris, where's Candy Burris at? Ooh. Okay. Okay. Candy right now, she is okay. Candy is like feeling like she's really standing in her power right now. She's feeling very powerful in the situation. So if there is something really going on between her and her husband, she's feeling like she has the better judgment. She feels like she has the better opinion. She feels right. She feels like she stands in her truth or she knows the truth. So honestly, she is willing to not only speak about the truth in whatever happened with her and Todd. She's not only willing to speak about the truth, but she's also willing to not put him in a horrible light while she does it, if that makes sense. So she may not speak down on him as she's going through this. She may not speak horribly about him. You know, some people can get out of relationships and completely bash the person that they were with, and they can make them look bad. Candy is not going to do that with Todd, is the first thing I'm saying. She's very fair minded. That's how she is as a person. So she's not going to be like, he did this and he did that and he's a horrible person. He did this and did, like, she's not going to put all that information about him in the media. It'll be a whole lot of media speculation, but Candy herself won't be the one putting all that stuff out there to just like completely ruin this man's whole integrity, ruin him as a, you know, she's not gonna go down to the deepest pit and pick on him basically. She's gonna be fair. She's going to still kind of represent her connection with him in a more mature manner where she doesn't really put him down, but she may put the situation itself down, but not necessarily him. But yeah, there's some truth that she knows about. There's some truth that Candy Burruss knows about when it comes to the connection. So far, that's what I'm getting about her. Now let's dive into their actual connection right now and see what's actually going on. All right, guys, give me 1 second. We're gonna see what's going on here. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna do a quick spread, so you may hear a little bit of shuffles. Okay, all right. So, let's see what's going on with Candy. Um, Candy, no matter what, she focuses on her money. No matter what, she focuses on her money. So Candy is still trying. Candy is still working or in some aspects. Like she may still be getting up, going to work. She may still be, you know, working. However she works, I don't even know what Candy's actually doing. Like I really don't know what she's doing. But work or whatever she considers to be her business, she's focused on that. Candy has always been focused on that. I believe Candy is a Taurus, and if that's true, then that makes sense. Taurus people do put their possessions, the things they own, the things they have, the money they have, they do put that before like damn near everything. Even though they are deep, hard lovers, they still put their money and everything first. So I can see her still focus on her career, money, and finances. She's still doing that, regardless to whatever is going on in her love life right now, because she has to do what she has to do. And she really, it's hard to knock a Taurus off of like their path whenever they're focused on something. So I definitely see Candy currently focused on something as it pertains to career, business, and things like that. Now with Todd, I do see that Todd is pretty much feeling lonely. He feels empty. He may be feeling depressed. Todd does not feel connected with Candy anymore. So a divorce could be true. A separation could be true. A break could be true. Discord could be true. Whatever is going on with them is not together. You know, it doesn't stream as a divorce, but if it is real, then that's why he could be feeling lonely. But he is feeling alone in the situation, or in some aspect, Todd is feeling alone, separate, removed from a situation, distant, disconnected emotionally as well. So he's really not feeling right about all this. Candy really wants someone, and I think Candy is more so focused on the kind of partner she wants. She's more so focused on the kind of partner she wants. Candy's focused on being with someone who's going to defend her. being with a person who's always going to have her back, who's going to protect her, someone who's guaranteed, which feels like there's something about Todd Tucker that wasn't guaranteed. There was something about him that made Candy question things. It made her feel like, I don't really know. Mm, I don't really understand what's going on here, but I feel something. And what I feel is really my insecurities with this person. I'm feeling like there's something wrong here. I'm feeling like I don't really feel like I can trust this person. So she didn't feel like Todd Tucker was a guaranteed person, a reliable person, someone that she can fully trust. She didn't really feel like that with him, and that's what she's actually seeking. So if she ever dates anybody else, if she ever has any other love connections, if she ever has any other relationships, she does want somebody this time that's going to be for sure. You know, Taurus, they're all about loyalty. They're all about who's going to stay the same way for the long haul. They don't really like people changing much. They don't really like people to switch it up too much. They like tradition. They like routine. Even if you feel like it's boring, a Taurus doesn't feel like it's boring to be stuck in the same routine because that is predictable for them. Taurians love predictability. They hate unpredictability. So it just feels like her next partner, whoever she decides to be with, she's going to be looking for someone who's 100% ready to defend her, support her, protect her, and be a for sure partner to her. Not saying that she hasn't already stressed this to Todd. She could have already stressed this to Todd Tucker. She could have already said that these are the things that I really need in a man. These if we're married, then this is what I really need in a partner. She could have already said these things to him many, 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 many times. All right. It feels like he wants to cooperate with her though. I can't lie and say that he didn't want. He wanted to cooperate with her. Like he wanted her to listen to him. They also had a lot of bickering. I'm starting to feel bickering between the two of them. He always wanted her to just listen, but every time he begins to talk about something, it feels like she would have these certain facial expressions or she would have these certain feelings or opinions that would kind of get in the way of him being able to truly express himself as a husband. So they always had like this bickering thing where he felt like she wasn't really a team with him. She was always her individual self with him, but not a team. He really didn't feel like they were a team. So he may have also had been trying harder to be a team with her. I don't know what Todd's zodiac sign is, but whatever it is, it does feel like someone who likes to be one with their partner. It feels like he likes that. It feels like that's what he seeks out. But Candy was her own individual self, just with a partner. Todd wanted to be two becomes one. Candy was like, no, it's one and one. And Todd was like, no, two is one, like that. So they had trouble during their relationship with math, simple math. Candy's like one plus one equals two, you know, individuality. And Todd Tucker was like, no, addition, and then individuality. Like it was as if he wanted to be her identity. Like he wanted their identities to mesh together and represent one thing. But Candy doesn't know how to do that. She I think what Todd had to realize was that Candy is used to being her own woman for a long time. She was always used to being the breadwinner, always used to being the independent woman, the solo journeyer, you know, on her own. So maybe there was something about him not realizing that she was so used to a certain thing. Maybe that's what it is. She was just really used to being a certain thing or carrying herself a certain way. But Todd could be wanting her cooperation right now when it comes to something. It feels like if they did break up, that Todd didn't want to break up. He doesn't want to completely separate from her. It feels like he's the one who wants it right now. He's the one who wants to work things out. Yeah. But the thing is, I'm seeing that both of them were strategic the whole time. They were strategic the whole time. Where, like I said, this whole like individuality versus team thing, it feels like Candy manipulated a lot of things to go in her favor. Or if she didn't do it throughout the whole relationship, at least she's doing it that right now, manipulating things to go in her favor. That may be how Todd sees it. But Candy also feels like he manipulated things to go in his favor. He manipulated something or strategized against her. So they're having some type of like bickering edge between the two of them due to the two of them feeling like both both parties manipulated the other. But the bad thing about these two, whatever they're dealing with right now, it feels like they don't appreciate or know each other's worth really. It feels like a situation where maybe what Candy's mom saw the whole time was that she was worth more than Todd. And that's not my opinion, that's literally what I'm seeing. Maybe her mom was a little right that maybe Candy was worth more. Maybe Todd, maybe someone in Todd's family felt like Todd deserved more or deserved better. You know, because there's something here about them being worth more than the person they were with. And when I say that, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about what's on the inside of a person, such as integrity, good communication skills, um, real love, tradition, family, morals, values. Maybe they were good people, but not for each other. You know, it does feel like that. It feels like that for sure. So at the end of the day, the outcome between the two of them is that God is teaching both of them things. You know, God is teaching both of them new things. And also it was a lesson. This whole thing was a lesson for the two of them. They both have God though. Like I can't even lie to you about that. They're not perfect people at all, but they both are believers. I do feel that Candy is a believer. I do feel that Todd is a believer. So they have like some aspect of God hovering over them in order to get on the path that is right for both of them. They have God's guidance in order to get on the path that leads to peace because they both have faith as people. So because they both have faith as people, God's going to put them on the path that they're actually supposed to be on in life. And that's what I have, you guys. That's it. Thank you and God bless.